BlackRock, the investment management firm, has tweaked structure of the proposed spot Bitcoin ETF to enable participation of Wall Street banks, which face restrictions holding cryptocurrencies. BlackRock recently made it so authorized participants such as Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan will be able to create new fund shares with cash. The move is essential as these banks form a virtual part of the ETF ecosystem. As highly regulated US banks are unable to hold Bitcoin themselves, the proposed changes will allow JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs to act as authorized participants or APs to BlackRock's ETF. The cash APs used in this process can then be exchanged into Bitcoin by an intermediary and warehoused by the ETF custody provider, as per a memo filing relating to a November 28 meeting involving the US SEC, BlackRock, and Nasdaq. Optimism has grown that spot Bitcoin ETF will soon be approved by the SEC, which would be a game changer for the digital assets industry if it lures in a flood of money from retail investors. Until now, it was anticipated that market-making firms such as Jane Street, Trump Trading, and Web2 to take up the role of apps. However, the proposed change suggests the banks could get a cut of the action and broaden the ranks of liquidity providers. If the SEC accepts this revised dual model of create and redeem with cash and physical, that means the liquidity that supports the ETF shares when they trade would be increased because obviously you have more potential APs as part of the process, CF Benchmark CEO Chung said in an interview.
Prices for the non-fungible tokens that Donald Trump had previously produced increased when he revealed a new $99 NFT collection called the Mugshot edition, which was a reference to the former US president's legal issues. Those who purchase 47 Trump cards, if he is elected next year, he will become the 47th president of the United States or more, will be eligible to dine at Mar-a-Lago with the former president and receive a fragment of the suit that Trump wore for his arrest photo in August. According to statistics from NFT marketplace OpenSea, previously issued that Trump NFTs reversed at as low as 0.1 Ether, which was half of the 0.2 ETH price they traded before to the announcement. However, floor prices later rose to about 0.18 Ether. Even though he remained skeptical about cryptocurrencies while serving as president, Trump unveiled an NFT initiative last year called Trump Digital Collectible Cards, which featured his likeness on baseball cards. In April of this year, he launched a second line of collectibles. Every item in both collections was sold out. According to official papers obtained by governmental ethics group Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, as of early August, Trump had $2.8 million in cryptocurrency wallet generated via NFT sales.
Binance, Binance.us, and Chung have raised questions over the US Securities and Exchange Commission authority while filing a suit against the two companies and their founder. They argued that the financial market regulator did not meet the requirements of the Howey test. Binance and Zao, more commonly known as CZ, filed a reply to the SEC alongside Binance.us, which submitted its own separate but similar filing, arguing that SEC did not show that the exchange US customers had any contract that would meet the definition of an investment contract or that the element of the Supreme Court case were met. Is the latest bid to dismiss that lawsuit filed by federal regulator in June when the SEC alleged that Binance and Binance.us allowed the general public to buy and trade unregistered securities by listing certain cryptocurrencies and offering a staking service. Binance, which recently settled different charges with the US Department of Justice, Commodity Futures Trading Commission, Office of Foreign Asset Control and Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, filed to dismiss the SEC lawsuit in September, arguing the regulator was overreaching its authority. It made a similar argument in a filing to dismiss a CFTC suit in July. While responding to the SEC's own reply to the motion to dismiss, both Binance and Binance.us argued that the regulator hadn't shown there were any obligation to the exchange users after they purchased certain cryptocurrencies, suggesting there was no investment contract as needed by the Howey test. The SEC argued that the settlement showed that Binance was well aware it was operating in US, serving US customers and otherwise tapping infrastructure within the US for transaction. In another Tuesday filing, Binance argued that securities laws wouldn't apply, like the Bank Secrecy Act or International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Laws governing the charges Binance and Zao settled did. That's all in this special segment. For more such updates, watch 3.0TV or log on to our website www.3versetv.io or scan the QR code. Thank you.